Hello friends, welcome to State Engineering Service examination section of Winds of Change. We will cover so many questions from the civil engineering topic here from Expert IES. You may contact us at windsoftchange2020@gmail.com, and for the study material you can download from the link given in the description box. You can subscribe to this channel to stay updated for more videos. You may like these videos if you feel useful for you and comment for any feedback. Welcome to the second video in the continuation of 225 questions of building material and construction. In this video, we will discuss questions from 76 to 125. So let's start without delaying. 76th question. When is the masonry wall known as shear wall? If the earthquake load is out of plane, if the earthquake load is in plane, if it is under reinforced, or if it is placed as infill to the frame. So always remember, in plane and out plane means in plane is along the length and out of plane is in the perpendicular direction to the face of the wall. So here the masonry wall is known as shear wall when the earthquake load is in plane. Okay, answer will be B. Always remember it. Next question. Which of the following sedimentary rock changes into quartzite by metamorphic action? Sandstone, limestone, shale or gypsum? Okay, so always remember, first of all, this should be a sedimentary rock and it should change into the quartzite by metamorphic action, that is the change in pressure and temperature. So the answer will be A, that is sandstone. Sandstone changes into quartzite by metamorphic action and it is a sedimentary rock. Next question. Bitumen completely dissolves in carbon disulfide, CS2, chloroform or coal tar, or all of these. Okay, so always remember, bitumen can be dissolved in all of these, that is option D is correct. Always remember, what are these three names? Carbon disulfide, always remember carbon disulfide, it is most frequently asked question. Carbon disulfide, CCl4 and coal tar, always remember. Next question. For the manufacture of the Portland cement, the proportion of raw material used are lime 63, silica 22, other ingredient 15, lime 22, 63, 15, 40, 40, 20 or 70, 20 and 10. So the proportion here will be, the correct will be A, that is lime 63%, silica 22% and other ingredient 15% for the manufacture of the ordinary Portland cement. Always remember it. Lime 63%, silica 22%, other ingredients 15%. Next question. Galvanizing means covering the iron with a thin coat of. It is a question, very easy question. Tin, zinc, glaze, coal tar. So the answer will be zinc. Galvanizing process means covering the iron with the thin coat of zinc. Zinc is being taken into the molten form and it is being applied over the iron. 81 question. Which one of the following polymer is obtained from the condensation polymerization? Phenol formaldehyde, carbamide, melamine formaldehyde or all of these? Answer will be all of these. Phenol formaldehyde, carbamide and melamine formaldehyde, all these obtained from condensation polymerization process. Next question. Minimum thickness of wall where single Flemish bond can be used is. This is very important question. Minimum thickness for single Flemish bond. It should be half brick thick, one brick thick, 1.5 brick thick or 2 brick thick. Always remember. For English bond, this should be, what should be the minimum thickness? It should be 1 brick. And for Flemish bond, it should be 1.5 brick thick. Option C will be the right answer. That is 1.5 brick thick. 83rd question. When a brick is immersed in water for 24 hours and then dried. Okay, this is a process of checking the efflorescence in the brick. No gray or white deposit appears on the surface. The brick is free from the soluble salts. 10% surface is covered with gray or white deposit. The brick has slight efflorescence. 50% surface is covered with gray or white deposit. The brick has serious efflorescence. So which of these statements are correct? All of the above are correct. Okay. In the case of no gray or white spot, it is free from soluble salt. 10% on the 10% surface area, if there is spots are present, then we will say that it is slight efflorescence. And if these spots are present on more than 50% of the area, that is the surface area of brick, then it will be serious efflorescence. Next question, advantage of clamp compared to kiln for burning bricks is that it takes less time for burning, it gives more output of first class bricks, it has lesser initial cost, it is suitable when bricks are required in large number. Okay, so first of all we have to memorize here one thing, it has initial less cost, it is a correct statement first of all. But all, let's see other statement, it takes less time of burning in comparison to the kiln. This is wrong, because kiln take the less time for burning, it gives more output than of first class bricks. It is also incorrect statement, because kiln give more output for first class bricks, and suitable when bricks are required in large number. This is also incorrect. So the answer will be C, that it has less initial cost. That is why it is being used. Otherwise there is no advantage of using clamp in place of kiln. Next question, the type of bond provided in brick masonry for carrying heavy load is single flemish, double flemish, English bond or zigzag bond. Always remember, for heavy load we use English bond. Expansion joint in masonry wall are provided in wall length greater than. This is also important question. Expansion joint is provided in masonry wall when the wall length are greater than 40 meter. Okay. Which of the following bricks are used for lining of furnaces? Overburned, underburned, refractory or first class bricks? Lining of furnaces. Furnaces means they have to withstand high temperature and they have to be fire resistant. So these kind of bricks are refractory bricks. Refractory bricks defines that it should withstand high temperature and it should be fire resistant. Next question, the curved swelling from the growth of the layers or wounds left after branches are cut off in an irregular manner are known as. The curved swelling from the growth of layers or wounds left after branches are cut off in an irregular manner are known as. This is either not Ringall, Burl or none of these. So the answer will be Ringall. This, the definition of Ringall is these are the swellings that are formed on the surface of the wood. Okay. Next question, the age of a tree can be known by examining cambium layer, annular ring, medullary rays or heartwood. So in this, the age can be determined by number of the annular rings present in a cross section of the timber or the tree. Okay. So option B is the correct answer. Next question, ultimate strength to cement is provided by C3S, C2S, C3A or C4AF. So ultimate strength is always provided by C2S. Always remember it. Option B is the correct answer. The main constituent of fly ash is aluminum oxide, silica, ferrous oxide and all of these. So always remember all of these are the correct answer. Next question, pick up the correct statement from the following. Adding to 5 to 6% moisture content by weight increases the volume of dry sand from 18% to 38%. So obviously this can be a correct answer. The bulking of the fine sand is more than that of coarse sand. This is also correct. The volume of the fully saturated sand equals that of dry sand. This is also correct statement, or all of the above. So answer will be D, that is all of the above are correct. Okay, and the bulking is the process which occurs more in fine sand than in coarse sand obviously, and it by adding 5 to 6% of moisture content by weight, the volume will be increased from 18 to 38%. This is also important, we should memorize it, because bulking occurs mostly at the moisture content of 4 to 6%. Next question, pick up the constituent of good brick earth whose excess cause the raw bricks shrink and warp during drying and burning from the following. Alumina, lime, iron oxide, magnesia. What is being asked here, that whose excess cause the raw bricks to shrink and warp during drying and burning. Okay, so the answer will be A, that is alumina. If the alumina becomes in excess, then the brick can shrink and warp during drying and burning. Always remember it. Next question, pick up the correct statement. Bull's trench kiln, a trench excavated in the ground. Hoffman kiln is constructed overground. Tunnel kiln is constructed as a tunnel. So obviously, as the name suggests, tunnel kiln is constructed over a tunnel, as a tunnel. It is right answer. And Bull's trench kiln, a trench excavated in ground. We know it. It is obvious. So correct answer will be D. Next question, pick up the correct statement from the following. Fiber boards are used for thermal and acoustic control. Fiber boards are used for lightweight standing members. Fiber boards are obtained by impregnating a resin product on fibers, or all of these. So the answer will be all of these. Okay, remember these points. These are very important points about fiber boards. These are used for thermal and acoustic control. The purpose of fiber board is this this one only. And the fiber boards are used for lightweight standing members because their weights are light. And fiber boards are obtained by impregnating a resin product on fibers. Next question, pick up the correct statement from the following. For the structure subjected to wetting and drying, the water cement ratio should be 0.45. For mass concrete structure subjected to wetting and drying, the water cement ratio should be 0.55. For thin structure which remains continuously under water, the water cement ratio by weight should be 0.55. And all of the above. So correct answer will be all of those from IS 456. In this, first of all, the first statement, always remember these points. This is also very important. There are 4 conditions of these water cement ratio: 0.45, 0.55 and 0.65. Okay, so I will tell you here. 0.45 should be taken for thin structure subjected to wetting and drying. Okay, in that case 0.45 has to be taken as water cement ratio, thin structure subjected to wetting and drying. For mass concrete purpose, we take 0.55. For thin structure which continuously remain underwater, the water cement ratio should be 0.55. And for massive structure which are continuously remain underwater, the water cement ratio can be taken as 0.65. Always remember it. These 4 points are very important. Next question, pick up the correct statement from the following. Quicklime is obtained by burning pure limestone. Hydraulic lime is obtained by burning limestone containing 5% to 30%. Clay content, that is 5% to 30%, and poor lime is obtained by burning limestone containing impurities more than 30%, or all of the above. Okay, so quick lime are the best kind of lime. They are obtained by burning pure limestone, and hydraulic lime is obtained when there is some clay content, some impurity is about 5 to 30%, and poor lime is obtained by burning limestone when the impurity is more than 30%. When impurities that is in the form of clay that should be more than 30%, then that lime is called poor lime. Okay, so all the above statement are correct. Next question, pick up the correct statement. Slaked lime contains calcium hydroxide, quick lime contains calcium oxide. Slaked lime may be obtained from quick lime, and all of them, it is very easy question, all of them are correct. You all know the reactions. Next question, pick up the compound responsible for early strength of cement from the following. Tetracalcium aluminoferrite, tricalcium silicate, tricalcium aluminate, or tricalcium silicate. So the answer will be B, that is tricalcium silicate. Tricalcium silicate, that is C3, is responsible for early strength of cement, and for initial setting of cement the responsible component is C3A, that is tricalcium aluminate, and for the final strength of the cement, which one is responsible? That is dicalcium silicate. Always remember these three, the purpose of these three. Next question, pick up the correct statement. The average crushing strength of hand mounted bricks is 6000 ton per meter square. Average tensile strength of hand mounted brick is 200 ton per meter square. The average shearing strength of hand molded brick is 600 ton per meter square, or all of the above. So answer will be all of the above. Memorize it. Next question, pick up the correct statement. The lime in excess makes the cement unsound and causes the cement to expand and disintegrate. The silica in excess makes the cement stronger, but its setting time is also increases. The excess amount of alumina weakens the cement, or all of the above. So obviously all of the above are correct. In these question mainly all of the above are correct. These statements are being kept so that you can memorize all these things into your mind, the correct statement in your mind, that the lime in excess makes the cement unsound. In the excess amount of lime, the cement will become unsound and causes the cement to expand and disintegrate. Always remember, if the silica is present in excess, it will make the cement stronger, but the setting time also increases, because we already know that if C2S content is increases than C3S, then the setting time will enhance. Okay, and the excess amount of alumina weakens the cement. Next question, pick up the correct statement. The percentage of absorption of fire bricks varies from 5 to 10%. Okay, percentage of silica in silica bricks is to the extent of about 95 to 97%, and roughly 1 to 2% of the lime in silica bricks is added to act as binding material, or all of the above. So the answer will be all of the above. The percentage of absorption of fabrics varies from 5 to 10%. This is a good point, we should memorize it. The percentage of absorption of fabrics, usually the percentage of absorption for first class bricks is about 20%. Okay, and percentage of silica in the silica bricks is about 95 to 97%. Always remember, and 1 to 2% of the lime is added to silica to act as a fusing material. They are responsible for the fusion of the other materials like silica and alumina. Okay, so all of the above are correct. Next question, pick up the correct statement. The plywood do not split or crack due to change in atmosphere. The commercial plywood are available up to 150 centimeter wide and up to 300 centimeter long. The plywood possesses uniform tensile strength in all direction, or all of the above. So obviously the correct statement is all of the above, and these are about the plywood. These statements are very important. They can be asked as a separate question also. The plywood do not split or crack due to change in atmosphere. That is why plywood are being preferred than other kind of timber. Okay, the plywood are available up to 150 centimeter wide, that is 1.5 meter wide and 3 meter long. They are being used as a shuttering material in the construction of the slab. Okay, so these kind of plywoods are being used as a shuttering material. The plywood possesses uniform tensile strength in all direction. That is why plywood are preferred. Next question, pick up the correct statement. The theory of formation of the concrete is based on the phenomena of formation of void. The bulking of the sand is taken into account while volumetric proportioning of the aggregate. The dry sand and the sand completely flooded in water have practically the same volume, or all of the above. So obviously all of the above are correct statement. First of all, starting with the third statement, we have already seen this statement in the bulking of sand. The bulking of sand is taken into account while volumetric proportioning. In the weight proportioning, if we proportionate each and every component of aggregate by weight, then there will be no requirement of taking bulking of sand into consideration. But in the volumetric proportioning, it should be taken if the moisture content lies from 5 to or 4 to 6 or 4 to 8%. In that case, the bulking of sand has to be taken into account. The theory of formation of concrete is based on phenomena of formation of void, because void has to be removed. The compaction is very important because the void content can reduce the strength of concrete very effectively. Next question, pick up the correct statement. In stone arches, the stones are placed with their natural beds radial. In cornices, the stones are placed with their natural beds as vertical. In stone walls, the stones are placed with their natural beds as horizontal, or all of the above. So all of the above are correct statement. In stone arches, the stone are placed with their natural beds radial, in the radial direction. In stone arches, in the radial direction. In cornices, natural beds are placed vertical, and in stone walls, the natural beds are horizontal. Always remember. Next, pick up the correct statement regarding the low heat cement from the following. Low heat cement, it possesses less compressive strength at 28 days. Initial setting time is about 1 hour and final setting time is about 10 hours, on all of the above. So all of the above are correct. It possesses less compressive strength at 28 days because its final strength is same as that of other kind of cement, but initially up to 28 days its strength will be lesser. Its initial setting time is about 1 hour. Yes, it contains higher amount of CTS. Its final setting time is about 10 hours. Okay. Next question, the most important tool in brick laying for lifting and spreading mortar and for forming joint is trowel, square, bolster, or scotch. So the answer will be trowel. Usually trowels are being used. French polish is oil paint, distemper, spirit varnish, or none of these. So the answer is spirit varnish. French polish is spirit varnish. Memorize it. Amount of water used for 1 kg of distemper is 0.2 liter, 0.4 liter, 0.6 liter, 0.8 liter. This is also important question. Amount of water used for 1 kg of distemper is 0.6 liter. Memorize it. 0.6 liter. 0.6 liter of water is used for 1 kg of distemper. Granite is not suitable for ordinary building purpose because it cannot be polished. Okay, it is not a fireproof material. It is costly. It has less crushing strength. So granite is not suitable for ordinary building because it is costly. The other are not its disadvantage. It cannot be. It can be polished, and it is a good fireproof material also, and it has good crushing strength also. So if we are not using it in the ordinary building, the only matter will be cost. The frog in the brick masonry is generally kept on bottom, top, shorter side or longer side. At which face this frog is being kept? What is the frog? Frog is the depression in the bricks at the main face that is provided for better interlocking between the two units. So it is placed on the top face. Always remember, it is placed on the top face. Which of the following pairs gives the correct combination of the useful and harmful constituents respectively of a good brick earth? First one has to be a useful constituent and second one has to be the harmful constituent of good brick earth. Limestone and alumina, these two are the useful. Silica and alkalis. Silica is useful and alkalis are harmful. So this can be correct answer. Alumina and iron, these are both are the useful constituent, and alkalis and magnesium, these both are the harmful constituents. So the answer will be silica and alkalis. Next question. Gypsum is a mechanically formed sedimentary rock, igneous rock, chemically precipitated sedimentary rock or metamorphic rock. So always remember this, gypsum is a chemically precipitated sedimentary rock. Gypsum is chemically precipitated sedimentary rock. Next question, excess of alumina in the brick earth makes the brick impermeable, brittle and weak, to lose cohesion, to crack and warp on drying. Always remember, excess of all the constituent of the brick earth, what they cause, that has to be memorized. That is very important question that can be asked in examination. So the excess of alumina, what does it causes? It causes to crack and warp on drying. Okay. A good brick earth should contain about 20% to 30% alumina, about 50% to 60% silica, not more than 5% of lime, and all of the above. So answer will be D, that is all of the above. This is the proportion of good brick earth. Alumina 20 to 30%, silica 50 to 60%, and lime not more than 5%. Next question. For testing compressive and tensile strength of cement, the cement mortar is made by mixing cement and standard sand in the proportion of 1:2, 1:3, 1:4, 1:6. So for compressive and tensile strength of cement, if we have to test for it, the cement in the cement mortar, the ratio of cement is to sand. Cement is to sand. That ratio should be 1:3. Always remember 1:3. Next question. The cracks caused by shrinkage of the exterior surface of the wood exposed to the atmosphere are called radial shake, hurt shake, wind shake, or twisted fiber. Okay, these are the shrinkage of the exterior surface of the wood exposed to atmosphere. Exterior mean outer surface. So these kind of cracks that will be obtained are called wind cracks. Wind cracks, that is from the outer direction to the inner direction, propagate from the outer to inner direction, that is wind cracks. Sandstone is a sedimentary rock, aqueous rock, siliceous rock. Which are the correct? Only one, both first and second, first and third, or all are correct. So sandstone is a sedimentary rock. Answer will be correct, that is only one. It is a sedimentary rock only. For 1 cubic meter of brick masonry, number of bricks required is 400, 425, 450, 500. This is very important. Always remember what the question is asking. 1 cubic meter of brick masonry, they are not said that for 1 cubic meter of brick. For 1 cubic meter of brick masonry, the standard size of the brick is 190 by 90 by 90 centimeter, mm. That is for single brick. But for brick masonry, we should include the mortar content also, and then the average size that can be taken as 200 mm by 100 mm by 100 mm. Okay. So for 1 cubic meter of the brick masonry, it should be, number of units should be 1 upon 0.2 by 0.1 by 0.1. Okay. So 0.2 into 0.1 into 0.1, 1 upon this, the answer will be 500. Okay. Answer will be D. Next question. The maximum quantity of the calcium chloride used as an accelerator in cement in percentage by weight of the cement is calcium chloride. The maximum quantity of calcium chloride that can be used as accelerator. Always remember, calcium chloride is an accelerator and gypsum is retarder. So calcium chloride maximum quantity that can be used is 2%. Always remember, more than 2% cannot be used in cement. The weight of good quality brick when immersed in water for a period of 16 hours should not exceed the weight of the dry brick by. This question I think I have asked earlier. It should not be more than 20%. Always remember it. Priming consists of option A, 1 part of white lead, 8 part of chalk and 4 part of twice boiled linseed oil. B, 8 part of white lead, 1 part of chalk and 4 part of twice boiled linseed oil. C, 1 part of white lead, 8 part of chalk and 1 part of linseed oil, or none of these. Answer we have to memorize here is option A. Priming consists of 1 part of white lead. Always remember, 1 part white lead, 8 part chalk and 4 part of twice boiled linseed oil. Always remember it. 1 part of white lead, 8 part of chalk and 4 part of twice boiled linseed oil. Next question, the main function of the alumina in the brick earth is to impart plasticity, to make the brick durable, to prevent shrinkage, to make the brick impermeable. Always remember what is the function of the alumina in the brick earth. So the function of alumina in the brick earth is to impart plasticity. Alumina imparts plasticity. And why lime is used? For the fusion as a binding material. Okay, what silica does? Silica provides the shape of the brick. Okay. Next question, a well-seasoned timber may contain moisture up to 4 to 6%, 6 to 8%, 8 to 10% or 10 to 12%. So always remember, in a well-seasoned timber, the moisture content can be up to 10 to 12%. Always remember it. The commonly used thinner in oil paint is naphtha, turpentine, both A and B, none of these. So always remember, the most commonly used thinner in oil paint is naphtha and turpentine. Naphtha and turpentine, so option C is correct, that is both naphtha and turpentine are correct answer. Okay, so we are finishing here at 125th question. In the next video, we will come up with 126 to 175th question. Okay, and till that, subscribe to this channel and stay updated.